Hello, my name is Richard, and this is my going above and beyond like extreme version of the Project Zero. And so what I decided to do was I saw one of the possible tasks was to create a ship that was affected by the gravity of all the other sort of planets and objects in orbit. And so that's what I decided to do. So I made a separate sort of ship.java class, which is actually almost exactly the same as a body or a body extreme. So for the body extreme.java class, I did not change any of the code from the original body.java, but ship.java basically has the same exact methods and properties as a body because I need the ship to be affected by all the other planets. So it has to be able to calculate the net force between itself and the other objects, and so on and so forth. But in my nbody.stream.java, I will create the ship separately from all the other bodies so that when I'm calculating the forces, the net forces, the ship doesn't have any effect on um, sort of the other planets, but just mainly the planets that are affecting the ship's gravity because um, I'm assuming the ship has like a very small amount of mass, and that's how I initialize the ship too with like 100 mass. So compile it real quick, and then I will run nbody extreme. So I'll show you how. So there's one thing I will. So here's my ship. You can see it right here, right there. And if I wait, I will run it again because it just kind of shot off the screen. But I'll explain why it has this like small text file right here. If you see, like the small screen is logging my inputs as well, so you can see how it's being pressed and so on and so forth. So it does orbit around the sun usually, but if I move this closer to like Mars here, it will be more like attracted to it as well. And yeah, so the movement was so the reason why I have this extra window here is I wanted to add a key listener basically. That was the Java class I found that a lot of people used in order to read inputs. And so a lot of the times the key listener is usually attached to like a GUI or like a frame or something like that. And because we use std draw, I wasn't too sure how std draw was implemented. So I wasn't sure how to attach the key listener into sort of this original frame. So if I try to input like any movement keys, I'm tapping my like arrow keys right now, the ship won't really change anything right now. But if I input movement after pressing this window right here, then it will like change and like change its orbit and stuff like that. And so this window is basically when I initialize a ship object in nbody extreme, the constructor of the ship class has like it will create like a window, which is this window, and then basically it will add the key listener to this window. Okay, then the code's not running, but I can demonstrate again later. Yeah, so basically the ship, the Java class, while it has the same body as nbody extreme, it also implements the key listener interface. So I have a few extra methods that is like if key is like pressed or if key is released and that sort of thing. And basically, if a key is pressed, I would check what key is pressed. If the up key is pressed, I will increment the current velocity by I think 5,000. If the left key is pressed, I'll decrement the x velocity by 5,000. Down key is pressed, decrease the y velocity, etc. And for all the different keys. So that's basically how the ship works. And again, like it's kind of like iffy to have the sort of key be logged on a separate window, but I mean, you could also like use this display to kind of input other data if you wanted. I didn't really have anything else I wanted to like output except just what key is pressed and that sort of thing. So I'll run it one more time. As you can see, I have to sort of input it. Yeah, I'm pressing up right now, left, up, left, down, left, and every time you'll see where this input is. And you can kind of fly around. It's kind of cool seeing how like how it's affected by all the planets, that sort. Yeah, that's basically it. Again, to reiterate, the ship class is just the same code as the body extreme, the body extreme, just it implements the key listener interface so that whenever I create a ship object, it will open up a new window, and in that new window, it'll add a key listener that's directly linked to the ship object I created. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.